Well, it is happening. I am a little over a week. Yeah, I'm a little over a week out from my first dose of chemo ending, and my hair is slowly starting to fall out. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. It's not a lot. It's just like with every run of my hands through my hair, I get quite a few hairs out. I'm not sure how I'm feeling. I'm kind of just resigned to it. I mean, I figured it was going to happen, but I do have pretty thick hair. So my hope is that over the next, that was a lot. My hope is that over the next few days, it'll just kind of thin out. And then once it starts to look like I'm losing my hair, I think that's when I will probably shave it. So I haven't really thought about getting a wig yet, at least not one my own color. I did add a like fun pink one to my wish list, and someone grabbed that, and it hasn't come yet, but I always wanted to do pink hair, so I am excited to try that. But as of right now, I'm feeling more like I'm gonna just wear kind of head wraps and stuff, because with it not being my real hair, I'd rather it not look like my real hair, I guess, if that makes sense, at least right now, but I haven't lost my hair yet. So we're just, here we are. We're just holding on to hope that because it's thicker, it'll at least take a little longer before I need to shave it. But sorry, my hand's probably trembling. We are gonna get a few pictures today. I'm gonna take a shower, get a few pictures with baby girl, because we haven't done any like nice pictures, and so I'm gonna get a few nice pictures while I still have hair on my head. But there we are. Oh, well, I don't know if you can see it, but there's what's in the sink right now. So, I mean, it's not a ton, but something. Here we are. And this was all the hair that came off my head after I dried it. Just covered in hair. So it is now almost 4 days since it started falling out. It started falling out on Monday. No, today is Monday. It started falling out on Friday. It's getting a little more every day, but it's still holding in. So in the mornings is when it comes out more, just because I've been asleep, and then a lot comes out in the morning just from what's been sitting on my head. But I think I've still got a few more days before I need to do anything with it. I'm grateful that I have a lot of hair. But it is starting to get more tingly. So I've heard that it can start to hurt. It hasn't really started hurting yet. Someone explained it like when you wear a high pony and take your hair out, that like sore feeling. I haven't started feeling that yet, but it does get tingly and like itchy, mostly along the top right now, but that's where we're at. We're headed to the oncologist this morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it up, and it doesn't really bother it anymore. Let's see. But that way there's hairs all over this house, and then that way I keep one from touching it and two from getting hair just all over everywhere at the oncologist office, because I'm just so tempted to just touch it and then think that hair won't come out, and it does. So that's what we're doing. So the only problem, I guess not problem, but with wearing your hair up all day is that you then have to be prepared for a lot of it to come out at the end of the day when you go to take your hair out and brush your hair. So this isn't even all that came out of my ponytail. I feel like almost half of what was in my ponytail came out, and I took it out. Not all at once, like it didn't come out with my ponytail, but as I've been like running my hands through it and brushing it. So you just have to be prepared for that. But there's still hair there. So it's just getting less and less every day. Also, I think with your hair up, it does make the, like, so this morning it was tingly, but tonight my head hurts kind of. Like, I mean, again, like you're taking your hair out of a ponytail, which I was, but like a high ponytail, and it's super, like, not, it's sore. It's really like all right here and right here. Just is sore, and like if I lift my hair like that, it like hurts, I guess. Not terribly, but it's not comfortable. Another morning, another hair check, and it's just all doing that. It's starting to really hurt, yeah. So I may shower, see how much comes out, because a lot came out last time I showered. And then I may go ahead and shave it, just because I've heard that helps with the pain some, probably because your hair isn't pulling down on the hair follicles. But it's still, I mean, it's thinning out a lot, but I'm also worried that when I shave it, I'll be able to more easily notice the bald spots, because, you know, my hair's not covering it. So right now it's just thin, or thinning out. There's a couple like spots that I can see when I go through it, but other than that, there's no like bald spots. And I just think when I shave it, that'll be more, there we go, more noticeable. So we're now on day 5 since it started falling out. Yeah, 5. So we'll see if we make it a week before we shave it. I don't know, but I'm thinking it might be time. I'm actually a little more worried about Babe than I am about myself shaving it. Just so I may, ask him, if he wants me to wait an extra day or so. I know it's my hair, it's not his hair, and he'll be fine with whatever I decide, but I think that'll be a big moment in all this, is obviously losing my hair, both for myself, but also for him, because he doesn't want me to, it's a sign that I'm sick, and he doesn't want me to be sick. Neither of us want me to be sick, but I just worry about him too. So we'll see what we decide. Well, I didn't end up shaving it today, but pretty sure tomorrow, because you can now see, I know it's not super noticeable, but I can tell my part is getting thicker, and then there's like some little patchy spots forming on it. The sides are still pretty like thick, well, not thick, but still pretty intact, not patchy. There's a couple little patches in there, but just more and more hair is coming out every time I do anything. So I really don't want it to get to the point where it's like looking sickly. So maybe tomorrow. My ponytail is also like, I know it still looks like semi-normal ponytail, but it's also like a quarter of the size of my normal ponytail. So I think that's like the most telling thing. Like it feels like when I would put my hair in like pigtails, it's even less hair than that. So I also don't know if putting my hair up has like made it come out faster, if that makes any sense, since it's like pulling on it, but it keeps me from getting hair all over everything because it at least stays in the ponytail for the most part until I take it out. So I am looking forward to not having hair all over the house. We need to vacuum severely badly because there is literally just hair everywhere. So shaving it will at least solve that problem. Did I just straighten my hair to possibly just shave it off? Yes, but straightener is done. Is there a bag of hair literally sitting in my closet? Yes, there is, because that's all that came out the last couple of times I've straightened my hair, so I didn't want it all over the closet floor. As you can see, parts a lot more defined. I've got some spots in my hair, but it's still got hair. It's just when I put it in a ponytail, it's like super thin and it's still just all coming out. So I feel like it's on the verge of getting very straggly looking. So we're just gonna do it. Now just sitting here deciding if I'm actually ready to do it. I know I keep saying I'm just gonna do it, and it's getting thinner and thinner, but the thought of then actually doing it, I'm like, one more day. But I'm just gonna keep saying that until it actually is looking as frail and stringy as I don't want it to look. So it's just super thin. Part is there. And I just keep thinking it's gonna stop coming out, and it's not gonna stop coming out. So it's starting to get to the point that I didn't want it to, but I also I'm having a harder time with the thought of shaving it off than I thought I would as we're getting closer. I really want to wash it because I feel like it's just greasy, but I also know that washing it'll take more hair out, and it just feeling sad this morning about it being gone, and I don't know. Some friends offered to come over and shave it and do like a bald and beautiful party, and I don't know if I want to do that option or if I want to have Babe do it and just get it done today. But I think it's gonna be hard for him. It's just obviously my part's like super noticeable. I just I don't want to have to shave my head, but I know it's time. The last few days have just been kind of rough. I didn't think I was going to be as attached to my hair as I am. And it's gotten to the point where it's really thin. You can kind of see this spot and it extends back. My part's just pretty thick, which is why I have this on. I thought I was going to be okay with shaving it, and it's just harder than I thought it was going to be. I think because, I don't know, I feel like saying goodbye to my hair is like saying goodbye to the person I was before this. Yeah, baby girl, I know. And
I'm watching a spot here because it's kind of pink on my port site, and so I'm a little worried about an infection, and it's just a lot. But I think tomorrow is going to be shave day. If I can make it to there, part of me might also just get a whim and just do it. But yeah, that's where we are right now.
The actual head shave moment, it started off a little intimidating. We did it 1 week after it started falling out. So it started falling out on a Friday, shaved it the following Friday, and ultimately let my friends come. And I'm so glad we did that because they took a lot of the edge off of things and made it easier to kind of get started.
Do it, and then if somebody will finish it, I just want to do one. Okay. Just like the first one, and then.
That seems like it's gonna buzz. Your hair's long. I think it's gonna pull your hair.
Do I need to cut my hair first? I don't want to do that.
I don't think it's gonna just.
Do it under.
I don't think you're just gonna be able to just go like this. Maybe on the side, maybe. But you're not gonna be able to do it like that.
Okay,
it's not gonna catch your hair.
All right, I'll do here.
I was gonna say, you want to take the.
Yeah.
Turn that on, hit the turbo. You know what I mean. Is the video on?
Okay, it's on.
Yeah.
All right. Got it. You got it now.
Is it coming off?
No.
It's well, kind of.
It's starting. There.
Yeah. Here, somebody else do it. I think we just need to take the whole thing off.
So yeah, start on the bottom.
I had really wanted to be the one to take the first strip out of my hair, and I'm glad I did. But then I gave it over, and I'm glad I did that too because it was hard. One, with the clippers we were using and my hair being so thick, it took a while. And so my friends jumped in and started helping, and then while the first initial minutes were really difficult, we were kind of able to pull it in and start laughing, and it really actually became kind of an empowering moment. And as much as I don't think Babe wanted to shave my hair, he actually jumped in and took over eventually because he was the one who knew how to use the razor, or the shaver, I guess, more than we did. And ultimately, I'm really glad that he jumped in and did some because I think it was a big moment for both of us, and it kind of helped him and I gain a little bit more control over the situation. So I'm so glad my friends were there. They brought the laughs, and we got it done. Well, we are now a few days out after shaving my head, and I am actually feeling a lot better now that it's just gone. I'm back on chemo, started round 2. First day I was at the infusion center for about 6 hours, and then I came home on a pump. But I figured I would just share kind of how I'm feeling now that it's gone. The anticipation and build up to shaving it was actually a lot worse than the actual moment. When I first went to start shaving it off, that was hard. But after that, it just actually got really empowering almost and hopeful. We went from tears to laughter to tears again, but also just a lot of laughter and positivity. My friends ended up coming over and were going to shave it for me, and they started it, but Babe ended up taking over to kind of help us maybe get actual head shaving shavers instead of a beard trimmer, basically. It would have just gone a little faster, but
took about 20 minutes and it was gone, and I'm glad he did some of it because it was just, I think if it had just been the two of us, it would have been a lot harder. So I'm really, really grateful that my friends came. They took the edge off of things and made it a much more positive experience than I think it would have been if we had just tried to tackle it on our own, because we would have both been in our heads. I think he needed the time to process it being done without being the one to start it. And after he, had that moment and kind of saw that it was okay, everything was, it was coming off, but it was still me. He was able to do some of it himself, and actually ended up shaving off most of it because he was the one who knew how to use the trimmer a lot more efficiently than any of us did. So overall, I'm just now grateful that it's gone. It, in some ways, I think one of the reasons that the buildup was so hard is it was the final step in really realizing that I have cancer. It was it's a much more physical sign that I have cancer. And it meant a lot more for me in acknowledging that. But now that it's gone, I also feel like the fact that I have acknowledged that makes it feel easier for me to kind of be strong and think I'm fighting this, as opposed to this is something happening to me, which it still is, but I feel more encouraged to just tackle it. And also, I think I was so worried that it wasn't going to be me once my hair was gone, but I am still me, just don't have hair. And it's actually nice not to have to worry about hair coming out, falling out all over the house. There was hair everywhere, and while we were finishing up shaving, one of my friends came inside the house, vacuumed everything so that there was no more remaining hair just floating all over the place, because we were literally walking all over it. It was getting all over our clothes. It was all over the baby. And I'm just grateful that we're not dealing with that anymore. So it is still weird. I actually feel like I have hair. Obviously, when I look at myself in something like this, I know I don't have hair. I can see that. But when I'm just sitting on the couch or doing something around the house, I feel like I have hair. In my head, I picture I have hair. And I even said to Babe, I was like, when you see me, do you think I don't have hair? Like, he's like, no, I don't really see your hair. Just, it's you. And my head feels like I have hair on it. It's really weird. It almost feels heavier without the hair than it did with the hair, because one, I think my hair follicles are starting to pull out more, so I'm getting a little bit of that soreness. But because I don't have hair, I don't feel it pulling. It just feels like there's still hair on my head because it kind of feels heavy. And also, when I go to get in the shower, because I do a lot of just like rinse off showers during the week when I am not trying to wash my hair, but I'll get in the shower and I'll think, oh no, I can't get my hair wet. And then I realize you can put your head under the water today because you have no hair to get wet, so you wouldn't have to dry it anyways. And that's actually a little bit of a nice feeling. I'm like, I can put my head under the water and let the water just run over me and not have to worry about getting my hair wet or drying it afterwards and what that is going to mean. So overall, I'm just grateful that now that it's gone, I feel okay with it. I'm glad I did it because, like I said, the hairs were just falling out, and it was getting to the point where I didn't like looking in the mirror because it was so stringy and so thin. I had so many, I had a huge spots that were balding, and it was hard to look in the mirror, and it was really hard not to look in the mirror at the same time because you're just watching the progression of it. And now I don't have to watch that progression anymore. It's just gone. And when I look in the mirror, it's not hard. It's different. I look in the mirror and I feel like I can see my wrinkles more now because my hair's not there to cover them, but that's okay. Wrinkles are also a sign of a life lived. And so when I look in the mirror, I still see me. I just look a little different, a little funny, I guess, to myself. I do think I look more like my brothers than I ever thought I did. Both my brother who we lost and then my brother that's still alive. I just feel like I look more like them than I ever thought I did. And my one brother, he shaved his head, sent me a picture, and I was like, yeah, we look a lot alike. And that's an interesting feeling. And especially like the first person, I was like, oh my gosh, I look like John Wayne, which is the brother that passed away. And it was actually a really hopeful moment because my brother was kind of a kick-ass person, and I felt like I had a little bit of that gumption in me to kind of keep fighting through what we're fighting through right now. And so that's where we are with the whole head shaving, no hair journey. I just feel ready to kind of tackle what's next, and we're doing it. So overall, the buildup was a lot worse than the actual moment and a lot worse than the not having hair part. So that's it. All right. Till next time. One more thing I would like to add. A lot of people said it would be helpful to have a wig that was your natural hair color on hand for when you went to shave your head. And in some ways I was like, maybe it would have been good if I had it, but I tried on other wigs that I had here and I just don't think I'm a wig person. Because I know it's not my real hair, even with a wig, if it had been as close to my natural color as possible, I would have known it's not my hair. And so now I'm just good with kind of rocking the bald, and I've got some head wraps and some scarves that I wear too when I go out in the sun just to kind of protect my head because head is white, needs some sunshine. So I go and sit out for like 10 minutes at a time just to kind of give it some sun. But when I'm going to go on a long walk or something like that where my head's going to be exposed, I either put a hat on or one of the scarves. And I think that's kind of going to be what I do for right now. I don't think wigs are going to really be a huge part of what I wear. It'll mostly be, I really love these Karma head wraps. And those are really nice. And then ball cap. It's the way we're going to go. So that may change as we go further into this. But right now, the wigs are just, when I put them on, they just don't feel right. They just feel even heavier and hot and itchy. And I just don't love them. So right now, we're just doing this with a little bit of scarf or headband bedazzling from time to time. But I think the journey of losing your hair looks different for everyone. So some people love the wigs and it works out really well for them. And you just have to kind of approach your journey the way it works for you. And for me, that is this. And if that changes throughout this experience, that's fine too. Just kind of taking each day as it comes and rolling with it.
And this little snippet is here just because I feel like I can't end a video without my signature peace sign. But yep, we're still just rolling with it, still pretty much rocking the bald. And so far I'm happy. My eyebrows are still mostly intact. I'm losing a little bit here. There's like a little patch in here, but my eyebrows and eyelashes are holding in, and I'm hopeful. I'm now on my 3rd round of chemo, and I'm just hoping they stick around. But if they don't, that's okay. And we're here for whatever's coming. So that's it. Until next time.